6 yards to go here on 2nd down. He's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Malik Jackson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Brad Nordman now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Now, before this next series gets going here offensively, what about that Saints-Vikings game?
There's so many different ways we can go and so many comments we can start with, but I hope you don't mind me starting with this one. Never in the history of the NFL, all right, did we ever think that Drew Brees could lead a team that scores and leaves just 29 seconds on the clock, and he left too much time for Case Keenum. Think about that.
Yeah,
all right?
Just the end of that game, you know, we say it all the time, but you live for those moments. Now, you also got to remember, for the Saints, and we're thinking about the Vikings, for the Saints, what heartbreak.
Heartbreak for Marcus Williams, especially the safety. People are going to identify him as the key. But there's one thing to keep in mind. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end for the Vikings, ran about a 7-yard route, and someone from the Saints defense jumped him and actually weakened the back end of that defense and left it in a 2-on-2 situation, and the Vikings took advantage of it.
One we'll be talking about for years. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Bortles on the bootleg. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Bortles now on 1st down. They set up the screen to Ivory. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but now from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So they ran against the 4-6 defense. Not only did they run against it, they tried to run it right up the gut.
And that's really not a great place to go when you're running against what is commonly known as the Bear defense, made popular by those great Chicago Bears teams. No place to go right in the middle of that.
So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles. Caught. This is Ivory. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the... sticks. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin. Fournette, a first down carry. Got some real estate inside the 30. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
How about the defense not hanging their heads from the previous play where they were beat for a big run, came back on the very next down, and made a play defensively that was to their credit.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. To throw is Bortles. Now they go screen. It's complete. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard at the 23. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Remain in a scoreless first half. Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Well, taking a step back, and we look league-wide for a second. On Tuesday the 16th, Pro Football Writers Association named the all-rookie team. Who was on the ledger?
Well, let's start with the headliners. Let's start with the Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara, running back from Tennessee, third-rounder with the New Orleans Saints. And Marshawn Lattimore, their first pick in the first round this past season, a cornerback of Ohio State, the Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and Kamara shared that offensive honor. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. As he'll kick it away for the second time. This is fielded at the 27. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jaguars getting set to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, it told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the line linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Blake Bortles simply cannot keep putting his defense in these types of predicaments. He's got to take care of the football.
And last season, a lot of the turnovers, just like this one, in Jags territory, 11 of the 16 really put them in a tough spot in plus territory for the opposition. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Second down now after the pass completion. From the gun, it's Bortles. It's caught right side, it turns. And he gets it down to the 32. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, Doug Marrone going to send out his field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And Lambeau, he missed it. He missed it left. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Bortles. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. To return it is Corey Grant. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. That good for 22 and a first down.
But there's a reason he was the first running back taken. You saw the ability there, the ability to be physical and get downhill. And how about him breaking off a nice gain there?
There's some Adrian Peterson comparisons out there now. That's high praise. Do you think that they're warranted?
Running style, very similar.
And some room to roam there. The 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
When they see a guy running the ball well, some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
Time running out here on the play clock. Fournette running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3.